Hello everybody, my name is Pascal Noel and this is a tutorial video for the advanced video clip manager Clipbox. If you don't already own Clipbox, go to nohl.lu and download your copy for free. So here we go! You can define rules for the tagging assistant to make tagging even faster. I already added some questions to the tagging assistant for the purpose of this tutorial. Our rule will be triggered by the tag animals in the group kind. To make sure that the rule can control all the other groups, we have to make sure that this group is placed in front of the groups that will be controlled. To define rules, click on the Rules button. A side window opens with 3 lists in it. The first list is a condition that triggers the rule. The second list automatically executed actions. The third list are groups that are skipped by our rule. So to start, select kind and animals and add it to the list. Now select kind and nature and add it to the list. So our rule now says if the tag animals is selected, automatically add also the tag nature and skip the group kind. In the skipped groups list we have here, we can add clauses because it makes no sense, animals with clauses, and we can also, for example, skip people, so add it to the list. Now our rule says if the tag animals is selected, automatically add the tag nature and skip the groups kind, clauses and people. Click on the close button to close the editor. Now let's try our rule. Select an empty clip, start the assistant, and we will select animals. You see the tag nature has automatically been added and the groups clauses and people have been skipped. So we can continue our tagging here. Okay, so now let's delete all the tags and start over again. But this time we will select people. And we see that the category has not been skipped, nature has not been added, and the next category is the clauses, so that we can add clauses. We can say we see Mandy in this picture, Full HD, so we can go forward with tagging without that our rule has been triggered. It works. To add more rules or to edit a rule, simply click on the Rules button again. When you select here the trigger, it was kind. You see our trigger. You can add a new trigger here. For people, for example, you can remove a trigger by clicking on the minus button. If you go back to kind, we can also say if people are selected, add it. So our trigger, we will create a trigger for the tag people that will trigger what will happen in the following lists. You can have multiple triggers per group, triggers for different groups, and every time you select here the group, all triggers for this group will appear and you can modify them, or like I do here, remove them. So when you select your trigger we defined in our movie here, we see here kind nature. We can also say we also add a rating of 5 stars, even if it makes no sense to trigger this in a rule, and add it. So we see we can change the rule simply by adding or by removing items to the lists. When the checkbox here is selected, every automatically action that we add here is also skipped here. You can also do it entirely manually. It's up to you. We are now at the end of this tutorial. In the next tutorial I'll show you how to search for movies in your database.